Good afternoon, everybody. Man, it's beautiful outside. You know, sometimes it just takes getting outside to clear your head, free your mind, you know, break away from the negative thinking, get some fresh air, hear the birds, the bugs, the blue sky. You know, that's what it takes sometimes. Sometimes we just gotta take a moment in silence and regroup, realign, renew our minds. So, you know, motocross season's coming to an end. Everybody's training for Supercross and Arena Cross. You have your sponsors lined up. You have your training program down. You're coming out of motocross. You're in shape. Your nutrition's down. You got your bike dialed in for Supercross, or you're working on some testing. Everything's going good there. And you have a goal this year to make it into the main event. All right, so what next? You're going out and you're riding 20-minute motos. Everything's going good there, but you're just not increasing your lap times. You got a focus issue going on. So what happens there? Well, on Moto Mind 4, we talked about a filter. You know, think of your mind. Think of how you take in things. Pretend that your choice is like a filter. Okay, a filter on your dirt bike. It's made to let fresh, clean air into your engine and to keep out the contaminants and the particles and the dirt out of your engine, right? Because that's going to be catastrophic. Well, our mind's the same way. If we're thinking on the wrong things, it's going to hurt our engine, and we're not going to be able to compete the way we do, or want to compete, not get the results we want. And the other thing is, it's just gonna affect our focus. It's going to be a distraction. So what we focus the most on is typically the direction we'll go. So if you're focusing on fear, if you're focusing on doubt, that's how your ride will be. It'll be full of fear and doubt. But if you wake up in the morning a winner and think like a winner does, your results are going to show. They're going to be different. And that's a choice. Nobody can do that for you but you. You could have the best trainer in the world. You can have the best coach in the world. You can have the best spouse in the world. All they can do is influence you. At the end of the day, you have to do it. Nobody can take authority over your thoughts but you. Nobody can hurt you but you. Now again, yeah, somebody can physically hurt you, somebody can mentally hurt you, words cut deep. That doesn't make it right. What I'm saying does not justify them. But what I am stating is, at the end of the day, how you define yourself or let somebody else define you is your responsibility. Nobody makes you think a certain way. Nobody makes you think like a person that's full of fear and doubt. You do that. Nobody can control your mind and what you think about. Sure, they can hurt you and things can happen to you that influence that kind of behavior. But you got to wake up and get back to the truth and focus on the truth and believe. Because if you're living your life letting emotions and feelings dominate you, you're going to come up short. Now, feelings and emotions are God-given, and they're made to give us feelings. We can't be a robot, but there's going to be a balance between feelings and emotions and living on truth and belief, and there's got to be a little bit of logic in there. I mean, you know, so that's your own responsibility. The same with training, getting on your dirt bike. You know, if you come home and sit on the couch when you ought to be out riding, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Okay, if your dirt bike's in there collecting dust in the garage and you're going to the race and you're getting mad because you don't have the results you're getting, you have nobody to blame but yourself. But let's talk about the person that is going out and riding and that has a good training program down, has their sponsors in line. in alignment. But yet they still keep coming up short. I would take a hard look at what do you think about during the day? How well do you know yourself? How much thought have you given to what you think about? Or how often do you think about something negative and analyze it and ask yourself why you're thinking like that? Did last week's bobble over the triple or through the whoop section, are you still carrying those feelings into your week's practice program? Why? Those are all the things that will keep you grounded. Those are all the things that will keep you from reaching your goal. Think about what you're thinking about. Take authority over your actions. Take authority over your thinking. Again, we cannot always control a thought, singular, a thought, or emotions or feelings, because a lot of times right now I'm looking at a bird over there and it's generating a feeling or an emotion, right? But what I do with that feeling or emotion is very important, because I can continue to, maybe that what I'm looking at gives me a bad feeling. Maybe what I'm looking at or hearing or seeing or feeling gives me a negative emotion. What's that negative emotion going to do? It's going to create negative thoughts. Yeah, we're still talking about motocross here. We're still talking about motocross. We're talking about you driving to your practice track thinking about crap, okay? We're talking about you coming out of practice thinking about everything that didn't go right. We're talking about you and I going out and bobbling through the whoops and carrying that anxiety and that stress through the rest of the night, because we never shook it off. Because what we focus on will dictate the course of events. So it is important, like that air cleaner, like that air filter on your bike, you've got to cut it loose, okay? You're never going to compete to that level that you want to compete at if you don't. Especially when you're getting up there. You know, these privateers out there, gosh, you know, we know several of them. They're all great guys. When you're up at that level competing, you're competing against guys that are so good on the best equipment money can buy, have the best training programs money can buy, and a lot of them are great thinkers. They do not let negative things bother them. They're warriors when it comes to the thinking. They're warriors when it comes to focusing. They're warriors when it comes to shaking things off. So if you're not that person, do you think that you're going to ride in the top 10? Do you think you're going to make a main event? Because I don't have to explain anything to you guys that are out there doing it. It is tough. It is very tough. You're on your own dime. You're your own mechanic a lot of times. You're your own trainer. You know, money's always an issue. Bike setup's always an issue. You have everything in the world working for you. Working against you, working against you. But those are the things I'm talking about. If you focus on those things, not having the right bike setup, not having the right coach, not having a coach, money, if you begin to focus on those things, when you do get to the track, you're not going to be fresh. You're going to have all those things on your mind, and it takes being on point, man. It takes being on point with your thinking. It takes waking up that morning in the back of your van between two dirt bikes, thinking like a warrior. And if there's any negative thought, or you begin to focus on something negative, you crush it. Okay, you crush that doubt, you crush that fear. If you roll up into practice, if you roll up on that gate and you have two factory riders on each side of you, you just kind of shudder in fear? No, you're a winner. You're a warrior. You have everything you need within you to make it happen. Your time is now. Your time is now. You have a gift. Do not waste it. Go ride your heart out. Ride with passion. You've got to ride with passion. You've got to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, if you're not confident, you're spending a lot of money. You're spending a lot of money. So we got this triangle right here. Everything's working for us. But if you're working your way up right here, and say you bobble in the whoops, and you don't shake that off, you're never going to keep climbing. Sometimes you actually kind of go back down a notch. Okay? So in order to reach this pinnacle point up here, this is all you, man. You can have the best coach, the best trainer, the best bike. This is all you. What are you thinking about? What are you focusing on? You know, you're never tempted in life on things if you don't think about it first, right? You didn't have that big crash in the whoops. I mean, you thinking about crashing didn't help anything, right? Don't think about that stuff. You don't, nobody's tempted on things unless they think about it first, okay? You know, when you roll up to that gate, roll up believing in yourself, roll up confident. That is a personal choice. Only you control that. And the difference between the guy next to you that is totally confident and the guy that isn't, all comes down to how you think. So take authority over your thoughts. Take that narrow path, not that wide, easy path, whatever. You know, when you're traveling down the road to practice, when you wake up, right now as you're watching this video, do you have good thoughts? Or are you thinking about things that are hurting you? Are you thinking about a bunch of bull crap? Are you thinking about all the stresses you have and what you don't have and the way you wish things could be? Why don't you start focusing on what you can be? Why don't you start focusing on everything that you do have? Why don't you start focusing on the gift that you have and the dream that you're chasing that many aren't able to do? You're able to do it. Go do it and ride with passion. And when that crap comes into your mind, that's what it is. It's like letting dirt through your air cleaner, letting dirt through your filter. How's that going to work for your motor? The same goes with thoughts. Think about what it is that you're thinking about. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that. But again, you got all this going on over here. What do you got going on over here? Are your thoughts getting better? Your training's getting better. You're getting in better shape. You're getting your bike dialed in. Are your thoughts getting better? Are you getting more confident through the whoops? Are you getting more confident through the step up? Are you getting more confident and are you believing in yourself more over the big triple and through the rhythm section? Are you starting to shake off them thoughts, or are you staying right where you're at, struggling with the same things, race after race, practice after practice, and carrying that over every weekend? You got to ask yourself these things. Get to know yourself. And when that doubt moves in, you have to talk. You are who you speak. If you speak negative on yourself, you're going to be negative. If you speak confident on yourself, if you speak belief on yourself, if you believe, if you truly believe and trust, or do you live on your emotions and feelings and what other people define you as? These are the things that you have to ask yourself. So good luck out there. Thank you for following us. Check out our Facebook page. We'll always post these videos on our Facebook page. We also have a YouTube channel. Check it out. Subscribe to us. We really appreciate that. We love seeing you guys on there. We also have a Twitter account, and you'll see these posts on Instagram. Man, we just want to help you guys out. You know, we believe in you. You know, we love motocross. We love you riders. You know, we love the privateers. We love hanging out and sitting on the vans, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with them, and hearing their stories. That's actually where we get our inspiration for our t-shirt designs, is you know, through those privateers out there. You know, your Kyle Dillon's from New York, Josh Hernandez from Texas. You know, there's so many. We met a bunch of them this weekend. Todd and Travis Bannister, man, just great guys. Cody Dorfler, he's riding injured right now, but he's going to come back. He's going to come back strong. Just so many. You know, those are just the privateers. There's so many other riders. The women riders, Tove Knox out of Parker, Colorado. Man, just a positive, vibrant, loving life girl. Stephanie out in California. Lindsay Hafer. Man, those girls are all fast. I mean, fast. You know, Cassie up in British Columbia riding the technical trails in enduro. Aaron Bowers out of Amarillo. Courtney Gerald, man, look out for her on the Arena Cross Series. Same with Stephanie Sutherland out of California. She's been training hard. Tove Knox, those girls are all going to rub some paint with each other. Jackson Chambers out of Iowa, he's in football right now, and he's on an 85. Great family, nice people. We've actually personally met them. There's too many to mention. You know, it's tough. It's tough leaving people out because there's just so many good people. But little Eric, Todd and Travis's little buddy, that kid's an inspiration to so many, including myself. Eric Robal, he rides a little CRF 150. But anyway, have a great day. Have a great day, everybody. Think about what you're thinking about and focus. You can do it. Your time is now. Now. Do it.